Today's video is sponsored by me, because of course it is. This is my latest piece based on the German Type 7 U-boat. If you like what you see, check the video description down below for links to my Teespring store page, where the design is available in 2 poster sizes, along with a wall tapestry in 3 sizes and even a pillow. This is the first Teespring project I've done where I haven't actually had a t-shirt design available. It's all posters and wall displays for the most part. So check it out and let me know what you guys think. Anyways, on with the show. G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And once again we have another mission from the Naval Academy. This one is Torpedo the Dreadnought. The objective is to approach and destroy a heavy dreadnought using torpedoes. Now we only have access to a torpedo boat hull and a destroyer hull, and 7 million credits in total. The enemy fleet will only have 1 battleship. We have 1 hour to sink that battleship. The enemy has a maximum of 10 inches armor and a maximum speed of 21 knots. Now, I could have gone the torpedo boats, they would have been cheaper, and just tried to swarm, but I went for the destroyer, and I tried to set up a fairly genuine destroyer here. So, even with just 10 inches of armor at its thickest point, any of the guns we have access to on the destroyer hulls are not going to be sufficient for penetration. In fact, the biggest gun we've got access to is only 5 inches. So I elected to go for 5-inch guns regardless, because no destroyer would have ever been sent out without guns. And at the very least, they can fire HE and maybe set some fires on the deck, doing some additional structural damage, while the 19-inch torpedo launchers become the stars of the show. Now, the torpedo launchers, centerline mount, double launchers, and there's 3 of them. So potential volleys of 6 19-inch torpedoes in a single pass. Now, that does of course mean that we're not going to be able to carry too many torpedoes in total. In fact, I think we're only going to get away with about 24 torpedoes on one of these hulls. But we are building for 3 ships, and this is actually where I ran into the biggest problem that I was trying to address now. The weight of this destroyer was more than the hull could handle, even if we adjusted displacement. And I really didn't want to do that because it makes the ship such a larger target. So in the end, I had to strip out all of the safety precautions. All of them. All the bulkheads had to go, everything had to be stripped off. Now, this is risky, but at the same time, it's also sort of not. If we're facing a battleship, it's going to have a minimum 11-inch guns, probably larger, probably close to 13 is what I was anticipating. If it hits me with a shell, this is not World of Warships, there is not going to be an over-penetration. I get hit with the main guns on a battleship, my ship's gone. It's one shot. So the precautions are not going to save me in this situation anyway. My biggest shot here is not to get hit in the first place and get close enough to get a salvo of those torpedoes off and get the hell out. Anyways guys, let's go over to the main trial area and see how we did on the design. I hope you enjoy. Those will be what, 11, 12-inch guns, maybe? That's 24, yeah, 11, 12, maybe 13-inch guns. Jesus Christ. There is almost no chance that we will survive a direct hit from any shell from any one of those guns. Even with the reduced ammo loads and the other stuff we took to try and reduce the chance of a fire, any direct hit from the primary weapons of that ship will one-shot ours. Unfortunately, this is not like World of Warships, where ships have no internals modelled, so you can shoot a battleship gun at a destroyer and it'll just penetrate straight through and do absolutely nothing. In Ultimate Admiral's Dreadnoughts, it is far more realistic in what would happen, as in, if a battleship shoots a destroyer with its main guns, it's likely going to split the entire ship in half in a single shot. And that's what's going to happen here. We've got no bulkheads on these. The reason why I stripped those bulkheads out is because they, well, honestly, entirely because of this. It won't matter. The main guns of these things, if they hit, the main guns of any battleship, if they're above 13 inches, hit a destroyer, the destroyer's fucked. Bulkheads or not, there is no way known it's going to survive. Now, what I can hope, if I can get the angles right, and I can change direction enough, is that we might be able to avoid taking any hits, but we might be able to lull the battleship into our torpedoes. So we got our first torps are already out, but I do need to close the distance a little bit to get the accuracy good. I don't think anybody else has fired yet, though. Winston Churchill still loaded, and the hammer is still loaded. Right, I'm going to start turning the banner away, turn the entire fleet away. Here goes the main guns. Miss, 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 miss. Yep, good. And another volley from the... Well, let's be honest, they're secondary guns, but they're still main guns. And they've missed as well. Cool. Now I just want to turn away and make sure we've got a nice position for the Churchill and the... I thought it was Hammer. The Hamner. To actually get their torpedoes into the water as well. Those are looking okay. Shots are close, and there goes secondaries. Alright, second volley out of the Benner. And the Churchill's dropped hers. Waiting for the Hamner to drop hers. They've only got 18 torps on a full load, so these have to start hitting. Looks like we're going to have one good torp hit here. That one. Torpedo hit in the bow. And we've managed to dodge all the shots again. Cool. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to drop all of our ships back to save on the torpedoes now. They've all got a couple of volleys out. 24, 18, 18. They've all got a couple out. But, like, all those torps are going to be wasted. Alright, smoke is up. And time to start closing. Shots are getting awfully close. Alright, BB Zhenyun. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. 11-inch guns, 11-inch guns. 3-inch, 2-inch. Yeah, those 11s will still mess us up. What are we doing for damage? See, 19-inch torp, but it's still got nearly 100% flotation, and its structure's still at 95. We've only got fires in 3 sections of the ship's hull. It's not going to be easy to take these down. Destroyed main gun, and we now have a fire. Didn't lose the engine, thankfully. One hit. 88% structure. Thankfully, it's only a surface hit. So we haven't got any flooding. Still got 100% flotation on board. And it's only the guns, so I'm not too concerned. Alright, turn in the opposite direction. Let's see if we can get another volley of torpedoes out. Torpedo hits. Another impact. Looks like we've managed to damage the engine compartment this time. There's some engine damage. Good. Missed again. Yeah, the rest of our torps have missed. Okay. So she's turning back in this direction at the moment. And that was another torpedo release, and we're on safe mode, so that's a pretty good bet. The bit of confidence there that those are actually going to hit. What are we down to on the Benner? Benner is down to 14 torps remaining. And there should be another volley from the secondaries here in a moment. No. Well, secondaries are already firing, but side guns. No volley from the side guns. Why is there no volley from the side guns? Because they're only firing now. Okay. For a safe launch, I don't think they're going to hit. I do not think they're going to hit. Attach. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split the destroyer group up. 11-inch guns are a little bit more manageable than I was expecting. Although, we've only been hit on the surface. Damage to funnel. Yeah, that's not so bad. There's going to be some minor damage to one of the launchers too. God, those are getting close. Yeah, the 11-inch guns are a little bit more manageable than I was anticipating, but as I said, we've only been sort of hit on the surface, and the most direct hit that we've had so far essentially one-shot one of our guns and crippled a section of our top deck. So if something hits us below the waterline, we're still screwed. But the BB's only got one set of guns that it can aim, well, excluding the two turrets for the quote-unquote secondaries on the other side. It can only point its guns in one direction, and it does need to traverse them. So if I can get the other two into another position and see if we can cross-drop them with torpedoes, that will that'll deal with our BB problem and should keep the other destroyers safe, while Benner over here takes all the fire. Oh shit. Well, that was one of the much smaller secondaries and not one of the main guns, but that is essentially what I was talking about. That was one of the small, you know, 5 inches or whatever it's got, penetrating ship's magazine. Probably penetrated the section that was carrying the spare torpedoes, because we have a whole belly full of 19-inch torpedoes, and it only takes one of those to explode, and yeah. Still, the plan is still good. It just means Winston Churchill here is going to be the one that's going to be taking all the fire. Actually, it's a really odd name. We're playing as the Americans at the moment. Winston Churchill is one of the ships, and we're playing as the Americans. It just seems a little wrong. Ooh, no. Okay, that was a hit to the arse. One of the torpedo launchers is damaged and the arse is on fire. Engines are still good though, so that's not so bad. We're not slowing down. And we have got our torpedoes off. And they are looking rather nice here at the moment. Oh, there's going to be a couple of stern hits. Maybe a bow hit as well. 1, 2. Looks like no hit on the bow, but we've taken out steering, or at least we've done damage to it. And the engine has still taken damage. Starting to get shots on Hamner now. So we get Hamner to close in. And since Churchill's lost a launcher, so 4 torpedo salvos is probably the best we're going to be able to do. But flotation's still at 100%, 69% on structure, and the engine's working fine, so... And that was a salvo out of Hamner. Hopefully it's anticipating the turn here, and this should be a salvo into the other side. So many shots at such a short range. Oh, those are looking really good there. And the rear torps have gone off on Hamner as well, so all fish are in. All 1, 2, 3. And here comes 2 more. Okay, what do we got? 54. Alright, Hamner's taken some minor damage. Nothing serious, just some minor damage to the funnel. The BB is cactus though. And hopefully that's going to negatively affect all of its fire accuracy. It should. What's that? 35, 36 is stabilizing at around 35% float. Alright, hit on the stern, rear 2 torpedoes and the main gun once again. Only a deck hit. So we've got a fire but no engine damage, which is again good. Come on, Churchill's only half loaded on the torps. Her reload speed's dropped to shit. She's in a perfect position to launch too. Hamner's not far behind her. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to let Churchill sail through. Hamner in nice and close. Hopefully that smoke screen will keep you alive. What I might have to do here is actually turn Churchill right back around. If we can do that right, we may be able to get a torpedo launch on her afterwards, and one good salvo out of the Churchill might be enough to sink her. Mail miss, which is good. That'll work. Almost reloaded, so we can get this turnaround done fast and then go back to flank. We should be able to get the torpedoes off at near point blank range. Oh, ow, 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 that was an engine hit. $85.78. 69, 72, 66, 69, that's not good. We might be losing a flooding war there. Alright, Almost reloaded. Come on, torpedoes. Structure 37, 59, 54. Alright, 2 torps are out. Only 2 torps are out. Is that all you've got, Churchill? Oh, and the Hamner's sinking. Okay, shoot, those secondaries must have hit due to extensive fire. Yeah, we'll disengage with Churchill. She's the last one to get shot at. Her back end's not looking much better than the Hamner's was. Although flotation 1%. 57, 0 flotation. Come on. There it is. Got it with the flooding from the torpedoes. It finally got overwhelming after all of those hits. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts will return again soon enough, and we'll go through and do another of the Naval Academy missions up until eventually when the campaign is made available. I really am enjoying this. I hope you guys are too. And until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and as always, take care.